Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Chat with Sherelle. And today's podcast is named Top Mistakes We Make. And I want to put emphasis on we because it's just simply humans. A simple mistake that we tend to make sometimes too often. And I just want to point some of those mistakes out today. But with those mistakes, I don't want you to bring yourself down. I don't want you to think of people around you negatively, but I want you to use those mistakes and make a change, whether it's for yourself or something that you can influence others to change. And I know oftentimes we tend to be our worst critics, but sometimes it takes being your own critic to make a change. You have to notice it or acknowledge that you're making a mistake in order to make the change. So first, I'm going to talk about judgment. It's everywhere. Everyone judges someone or something from either what they see on social media or maybe even what they've heard. And judging can be whether you're judging someone else or you're judging yourself. Try and make sure you don't judge yourself to where you bring yourself down. And then when it comes to other people, don't knock yourself because of what someone else said. Don't take people's judgments to heart, or at least try not to. I know sometimes it can be someone that we look up to that may judge us, but try not to take that to heart because remember, this is freedom of speech. So what you do with the information that they may have judged you with, it proves to them that you're not who they say you are. And then another mistake that I want to talk about is our past decisions. I know some people may beat themselves up over their past or a decision that they've made as a child or teenage years, but don't let that determine your future. And oftentimes our past can cloud our future because we're still stuck on the past. And that also goes with relationships, professional. Don't allow that to interfere with where you're trying to go. And professionally, sometimes people feel like they've made a bad decision by not accepting a job or accepting the wrong job or not getting an education. It's so many people in the world today that is successful without even having a degree. But you have to ask yourself, what did they do to get to that point? And then personal, a bad decision that may have happened in your past, whether it was being in the streets or being in a gang or something to that nature. You don't have to allow that to bring yourself down. You don't have to allow your past decisions that you've made to interfere with where you're trying to go, because you may not be that same person that you were when you were 17, 18 years old or even 23 years old. People grow in so many ways that within a year, someone could be a totally different person, but in a positive way. So don't allow your past to just overcloud what you feel like you should be aiming towards in your future. Another mistake that I feel like we as humans make is the lack of self-confidence. And I know oftentimes it's easy from a female perspective to have a lack of confidence in yourself, but it goes both ways, males and females. But I am here today to tell you, don't do it. Have self-confidence. Whether you have to get that self-confidence from someone else telling you something or it's within, but have that with you. Because oftentimes we tend to feel like we have to impress other people, whether that's jobs or in our personal life, but you are who you are. No matter what, you are who you are. And if that person cannot accept you for who you are, then that person may not need to be in your life. Self-confidence is really big because I know everyone sees or hears from the media eyes about suicide and that type of thing, but I encourage everyone to have self-confidence in yourself. Know that you are somebody. You mean something to somebody else. So always have that self-confidence. You may not think you mean something to somebody else, but look around you. So many people may depend on you for something, and you may think that somebody depending on you for something is a bad thing, but it's not. You are a part of their life because of whatever reason. You may be a role model figure to them. So show that self-confidence in yourself. Show it so other people can see that you have that self-confidence. Also, on that note, I want to talk about relationship. A mistake that a lot of people tend to make when it comes down to relationships is that feeling of not being loved or not feeling love. That's a mistake that both men and women make. Though you may not be in a relationship, there's other people out there that still loves you. And that also goes into self-confidence, because if you lack self-confidence, you may not see or you may not be able to acknowledge that someone is showing you love, whether it's family, friends, your spouse, whoever it may be. But don't feel afraid to be alone. Don't feel like you just have to be with someone in order to be happy. Because within, there is something that makes you happy. And you have to do that to make you happy. Because other people that comes into your world, they're there for a reason. And it may not be to show you love or to express their love to you. But what's within is very important. What's within will drive you. What's within will make you feel like you don't have to be with someone in order to be loved or feel love. Also, another thing with relationships, oftentimes people feel like if they break up with someone that maybe they've been together for a long time, they feel like it's the end of the world. And it's not. So it's a mistake to feel like if we break up, I can't go on. Or I can't still find love. Or nobody's gonna love me. I'm gonna be alone. That's a huge mistake, but it's a common mistake. So just like I said, find what's your love within. What do you love to do? Or how do you love yourself? And the last common mistake that humans make, which ties into all of the mistakes that I've given you guys today, as humans, we tend to not seize the moment that we're currently in. And seizing the moment may sound a little childish, but that is also important. When you just go day by day, just working, going to bed, working, going to bed, and just continuing that, you're really not seizing your moment. When you get off, go and do something that you love to do. Or when you're sharing time with someone else, whether it's your kids, your spouse, your family, seize that moment. Make memories. Share your experiences with someone else. Teach someone else. Mentor someone else. You don't have to be successful or on a celebrity level to mentor or teach someone. Everyone is given that ability. It's about how you use that ability. So seize every moment that you have. It's never a dull moment in this world that has so much to do. And just remember, mistakes are going to be made, whether you want them to be made or not. It's okay to make a mistake, but what you do next is the key. If you do make a mistake, just try to change it the next time. Try to build from your mistake. Don't make your mistake the root. Just make it a branch that can eventually die and fall off. And so I want you guys to think about some of the mistakes you've made, whether it was in your personal life or in your professional life, and use those mistakes to make a change for your future. Don't let it cloud your future, but make a change with it. And with that being said, I want to thank all of you guys for listening. I hope you guys were able to take away from this podcast. And I want you to just change your mistakes. Everybody makes them, but change yours. Thanks, guys.